What's up guys, Rich Podrick here, and today we are going to talk about the tips that you should know before start your Shopify store. So, the first one I wanted to talk is the easiest Shopify store launch checklist. You are finally launch your Shopify store after your all hard work. It's exciting, but can quickly become over you. A million thoughts run through your mind. You aren't sure you are complete everything necessary for a smooth launch day. Are all your products where is it? You are sure they complete everything necessary, the smooth launch day. Are your products weighted correctly? Have you created a marketing plan to properly your stores? Does your website look throughoutly instead of the running around immediately as you start the business? Eventually, every frantic thought take the metric approach your launch. Is your mind stay organized with the Handful Shopify store launch checklist? Table to connect. Why the checklist so important? Your Shopify store launch checklist start with a plan in heart. Why so? The first tips. Why a checklist is so important. Your store looks great, your products are loaded and ready to go, and you're set up all your social accounts. Are you forgetting something? Or maybe not? With so many movement parts, it's easy to miss the simple but certain steps is a successful business launch when you need something to do well. A checklist can help reduce ambition and streamers the work it must get done. So, the pilots is starting to use the checklist for every flight. After checking were created for the B-17, pilots were 1.8 million hours with 18 B-17s without instead. The report of the government that actual was safe. Furthermore, a study from the New England Journal, a medical famously found the checklist help decrease the conversion of the mistakes medicine care. So the checklist, as we can know, is important. So good checklists are prescribed. They're effective of the pilot point. It's easy to use even with the most difficult situations. They do not try to spell out everything, and the checklist cannot fly a plane. Instead of they provide reminds only the most. So that's right. Critical and important steps, the ones that the event highly skilled professional using them could miss. Good checklists are above all practiced. Author governs the checklist manufacturing. Even when the stakes are much lower, the pen-to-page approach is still powerful way to cut through the fog of the surface, the cat mistakes. So it can even make sense to create a simple effective checklist when you are launching your Shopify store. Let's example how to do that. Free videos, serious conversion inspiration. So, feeling inspired, watch some of the world's most successful experiments share their advice to the new businessmen and owners. So, get free videos serious. Your Shopify store launch checklist. And any variable saves channels and customers' domains, double checks your payment guarantee. Prepare your standard pages, review your email notification settings, conduct the conversion, optimize all images on your website instead of the analytics tool. We have a pre-version marketing plan. Adjust your text and Shopify settings. Make it easy to shoppers to contact you instead of the only estimated apps. Set up your billing informations. So, number one, which we will start to talk about this, is add any available sales channels. So in 2017 surveys from the Harvard Business Review found that just 7% of their customers shop online, only online. The customers base of the growing increase in multiple channels. In fact, 73% use multiple channels to conduct a simple purchase with the brand. So, brand is important. What the ripple benefits of the multiple channels ranking? So for your milestones, find out how to choose the sales channels which work best for you, and then add the available sales channels to your store. Here's some example of the sales channels that you can do for your Shopify store. So it's eBay, Amazon, social channels, Google Shopping, or yeah. All sales channels connecting with the core of your Shopify business so you can easily keep track of the orders, products, and customers across the platform. Customers which generate more than 50 million in annual revenue attributes 35% of their sales directly to increased social selling. Okay, when Oro was average launched Shopify in Instagram, they lift mom revenue by 29.3%, directly attributed to Instagram. And when Sarah's Treasure opened the sales channels on Amazon, they quickly gained traction of the platform. Now it's responsible for 73.5% of their orders. So that point was important. So, and number second is not less. So add the custom domain. Yeah, domain it's pretty nice so that people can find your you by your domain, and it should be unique and creative. So this is annually the first thing I do well. I'm opening the store, but depending on how you work, it might be a last night on your mind. Adding the custom domains for your site will give you brand recognition and make it easier for people to remember the URL. You will want to conduct the domain name searching first to see if your business is available. If it is and its name is already trademarked in use is another business in your industry, you can purchase your custom domain name directly throughout Shopify. Yeah, that's why Shopify is a comfortable way to do this. So if your custom domain name is available, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go back to the drawing board. There's where you can flex your creative muscles. Prepare, for example, use the webpaper.com for the URL. You can also use a different top-level domain TLD or tldSite.com part, and you will notice that many websites have different variations such as Gov and org. Now the tons of the TDL you choose from. Dutch store or Dutch shop are customized TDLC to encourage, but you can get creative there too. Different coffee websites, a different coffee, or for instance. Yeah. So that was number 2, which domain is really important. So number 3 is double check your payment guarantee settings. Here's the quick. Before you drive the traffic to your store, you will want to assume people can actually complete the purchase, place test, order, or your site with the leave payment, getting to make sure everything works. You can refund your order immediately afterwards. Number 4 is prepare your standards page. It's important to have the few statistic page for visitors browse and to learn more about your company. There are those pages recommended most of the online stores, including their statement. Homepage. Your homepage is attributably the most important page of your site. It's often the first place people lead, and if not their second place they will go. Make sure you have clear navigation to get your store, and as well as the other important statistic page listed below. Contact. If potential customers can't contact you with the questions, you could be missing out a lot of the sales opportunities. On your contacts page, provide information on all ways stock shoppers can get in touch with you. Consider including a contact from they can send you a message without even learning your site. The mood stores provide all the necessary contact info in the page. So about your about page is where shoppers go to learn more about the company, and your brand may store owners overworking this page, but it can be effective sales too if appropriate with the strategy. So frequency asked questions, FAQs, it's short term. So at once, you might not have a lot of the information around which questions customers will ask the most to cover the affection FAQ. You can predict inquiries and also work with the commission to see what questions are answered of a website universally. Customers often questions shopping recommends product and how they get to touch. Aqua Drinks has the description FAQ page that they built in the Zendesk's store. Last but certainly not least is your actual store. Many commercial sites have the spreadsheet homepage and the store page. This page is usually called shop or store in the site's manual and navigations. So that was it. That was short explanation what you need to do with your Shopify store. So number 5 is review your email notifications settings. Email is powerful tool for online stores owner. On your Shopify store there are several automated emails that you will want to customize before launch. Edit your emails template and create suggested that natural your lists and ultimately drive sales. Dollar Shares Club uses branded templates for their shipping notification emails. Set up the emails marketing app like Seguno or Klaviyo and consider the following emails: welcome series, e-recipes, about the cart notifications, other fulfillments, shopping notifications, or something like that. Okay, number 6 is conduct a connected audit. Sometimes you will be also close to work. You won't notice the small mistakes like spelling, grammar, or broken links. Review background settings at your the last paragraph and making your way up. Will help you to store errors that you may have missed. When it comes to copy, consider the most important to remember. Subscribe to a particular type of the grammar well. Yep. So it's MOA or APA is to you. If you want to get creative with spelling or making up your own words, it's okay if it's a board, but should be the same across your site. On the technical side of the you want to look for broken links, it's 404 particles as well as any imaging regression issue. As a mobile responsible, check it out of the different process and devices so you can understand if the bugs is universal or device browse. Okay, number 7 is optimize all images on your website. Images is huge important thing on your website. So slow loading images can hurt your site using experiments and performance in search engines, especially if you're running the flash sale or your store is launching. It's important to make sure all your images is optimized for web and ensure fast loading times. At the glance, here's now the optimize your images for web. First, number 1 is be described when naming your images. This helps with the SEO ranking of your site and product page. Use keywords that you are typing for the rank for. Number 2 is optimize your out attributes carefully. There's our attributes are used for the web sensibly and SEO against be described or the considerably you take keywords. Number 3 is reduce the file size of your images. For web you don't need to save quality as you would for print. You can also use the free tool like tiny PNG to compress images and further reduce the file size. Number 4 is choose the right file type. Generally you will want to stick with JPG or PNG. But you also might use as a GIF for thumbnails or decorating images. So number 5 is optimize your thumbnails. Thumbnails show up all over commercial sites, so they have the noticeable impact of the page loads. Make sure you use the smallest images possible. So number 6 is test your images. You will want to know what's working, what's not, and more importantly, why. Run some A/B tests to see which type of the images works best. So, number 18 in the whole video is instant Install analytics tool. Analytics are important to set up from day one. This data will give you valuable things into your visitors and customers. Your Shopify store will have its own setup of analytics responding built in, but may also want to install the third-party tool. Google Analytics is one of the most well-known and popular analytics tools, but you can also look at CA ranking, Ping, and above analytics. You can even use the combination of the tools to analyze your business. So, number 9 is have a pressure marketing plan. Once you launch your site, you will want to make sure people know about it. The best way to do this is with marketing plan. Free video series, a commercial inspiration, feeling uninspired. Watch some of the world's most successful employments of their best advice for the new business owner. The content for making plans that once you go live and all you just follow steps you're already audience. Again, look the Dollar Slave Cup for as example. At launch, the Zara company set up the dictionary and they create the video shapes with launching. So, number 10 is adjust your text and shipping settings. You will want to check your text settings and shipping rates for appropriate for the products you are selling. Overview, you could analogy it into your profits by not charging enough. Double check your taxes and shipping settings before launching your store. Depending on where your business and customers are located, you might need to add the sales tax. Not sure which of the settings to use. Your best bet is consult with the economician familiar with the taxes in your area. So number 11 is make it easy for shoppers to contact you, like support button or something like that. Okay, remember the context page to remember you set up. That's not the only place. According to the tools about business, its chart with the site visitors increase cart size up to 48% and have 3 times better customers revenue. Plus, live got genius have the been known increase the order site orders that comes throughout line charts known box and then 10 times more and than site average. So. Number 12 is install only essential apps. Throughout their tunes for the apps or the Shopify apps, not all of them essential for the broad new stores. In fact, some of them won't make sense for your online stores at all. When you're just getting ready to launch you will want to install the most essential apps and which ones. So number 13 is set up your billing information. If you are coming to the end of your 14 days free trial, set up your store billing information to ensure there aren't any historics when your store will finally live. Start with a plan in heart. Now that we are taking a look of the essential launch items for your Shopify store, it's time to fill the switch of the star legend. Are there other times since you're at this list? Let us know in the comments below. So, that was tips what you should know before start your Shopify store. Hope that you like this. Please write me in a comment what you want me to talk into you in the next videos. And as always, earn and spend money.